my YouTube channel. This is Scholarship Hub, where everything we talk about is all about scholarship. Today we'll be looking at scholarships for PhD, direct scholarships from BSc to PhD, and we'll be taking Coventry University. So let's go there. Coventry Scholarship for International Students. Yes. So we'll go through the international pathway. And okay, so here's it. Coventry University International Scholarships. We go search through it, and talking about fully funded scholarships that are worth $18,000. There's so many scholarships. However, you just have to figure out the one you're looking for. And here we are. So these scholarships are usually funded, but they are research-based scholarships. And you can see here that there are a total of 28 scholarships here. 28 scholarships here. So that being said, you begin to go. So what's your area of interest? Let's assume your area of interest is climate. Of course, you see there's a toggle button or filter button. You can filter by research student or by funded. But since it's a funded scholarship we're looking for, we'll look by filter by funded. By research, let's say now we want to look at research center. Maybe you're looking at earth sciences. We can go through this scholarship. We can look at Center for Future Transport and Cities. Let's look at this. It has something to do with climate, which is my area of interest. As soon as I click on it, it will toggle the button and reveal to me scholarships in that regard. Where there are a total of 6 of this. There's 6 of it. So let me go back and look at it. Stigmatization and discrimination in transport towards individuals with disabilities. Understanding how the effect on mobility and mitigation deleterious consequences with design. I think this is a good one because I love to look at my area of focus in research is disadvantaged rural poor. A majority of the disabled people that I know are largely concentrated in disadvantaged rural communities. We have distributed multilateral trust model in communication and all of that. We have assessing the commercial feasibility and efficacy of autonomous vehicles in logistics, a human factor comparative analysis. So let's go ahead and just look at the first one, or accessible cars designed for people with disability. I think I love this one better. So let me click on it and let's check the requirement. Now look at it. Eligibility must be UK graduates with the required entry. Funding details 18,000 plus. Stipend subject to changes depending on this, and up to €4,000 as a discretionary allowance. Full time between 3 to 4 years and a half. Fixed time. Deadline is 25th October. Application deadline for interviews will be confirmed to shortlisted candidate, and start date is January. And to find out more, you have the contact details of a person you can call. You have this, and so you can now see what's the project details about. In fact, there's a breakdown of the project framework for you. You can go through it on your own and use the funding benefits. You can receive comprehensive funding. All researchers at Coventry University for PhD professor are part of the doctoral college and center for. What this means simply is that you are part of the people who may be assigned to either teach, assist in grading papers and whatever for undergraduate students or college students. Now, candidates registration, a minimum of 2 first degree in relevant subject area with minimum of 60 mark in project element or equivalent with a minimum of 60%, and the potential to engage in innovative research. And that's all you need. English proficiency. In fact, we'll still look out for English proficiency requirement because some schools, this English proficiency is waived for Nigerians and many of African countries now due to the unrelenting effort of certain of our scholars who have gone ahead of time. Additional requirement to be eligible, you must live in UK. That is, the person must go. He must be disabled or evidence you must do direct and frequent interactions with disabled people, which has enabled you to develop deep insight into disability. I conducted my undergraduate research and I focused on leprous people. geospatial distribution of leprous people in Nigeria, northern Nigeria. So I'm a good fit for this. Now, I have a minimum of this emphasis again and all of that. Based on that, read research entry criteria. Then you click on the research entry criteria. When you fit into it, you come back to apply. Let's click on research entry criteria and see what we have to go into. Outlined here are these. Now, entry criteria for applicants to MSc must be this. Entry criteria for applicants to doctoral, including PhD and professional, a minimum of this. In the event of a first degree classification of less than 2.1, a master's degree is relevant. Now, look at, there's a clause here that I want you to take note of. It is this. In the event, okay, so in the event, emphasis on the word event, emphasis on the word event, emphasis on the word event. In the event of a first class degree classification less than 2.1, a master's degree is relevant. Is considered to be as an equivalent. So if you have 2.1 and above, you have no need to compulsory look for a master's. But if you don't have up to 2.1, you need to look for a master's. So for somebody like me who was in first class, 2.1, you have your liberty to apply for this. Now the masters must have been attained with minimum of this. Same requirement goes for it. Now that's that for that. Now English proficiency. Let's look at the list of English proficiency that is considered. Number 1, we have IELTS. Number 2, we have TOEFL. Please know that English language qualification must have been awarded in 2 years immediately preceding the program. Now that is not older than 2 years. Now let's go. The only exception for this one is for students educated to UK degree level standard in whatever. You can go ahead and read on your own. Then we have professional English. Now please note, due to recent institutional policy change, we are now able to consider TOEFL IBT. Now due to the COVID-19, accept online English language test and so many other. Now you can keep going through. You would end up finding, you end up finding an extra English language. Now you look at this and click on it to be opening. Let's see language requirements. Now you can see that this is secure English language test, which is approved and acceptable. You have degree level or above. Equivalent of this, you are waived. You have countries here that are exempted from English language, but when you go further, you have countries outside of UK with a different. Yes, so you click on this common European framework or reference for English language, and you look through proficiency. Now, upon satisfying the IELTS requirement and demands, you just go down through to apply to Coventry University. You click on it, the portals open, and you begin to check. Now look at the project I checked earlier, faculty research. Now get started. Once you get started, you log in, you sign up for a profile if you don't have one. So look into supply reference for someone, submit reference for someone. That's if at all. Then you begin to create your account and you're started. I hope that this helps, and if this helps in any way, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and look forward to more scholarship opportunities.